I love how the Stamen Stitch knitting pattern is creating a textured design with just simple knits and slip stitches. The Stamen Stitch easily lies flat, and it's really easy to memorize. You'll see it's not a reversible pattern because the right side of the work is displaying the slip stitch design, while the wrong side, it actually looks more like the garter stitch. Welcome back to my channel, Studio Knit, and I'm excited to share this pattern with you because it's actually almost as simple as the garter stitch. We have alternating rows with horizontal slips creating a dimensional piece for extra coziness. It's a 4-row repeat. You can knit it with just one color or several colors, flat and also in the round. While knitting in the round, I played with changing the yarn colors on the slip stitches to give you a better idea of exactly how this texture knits up. For our knitting supplies, any yarn of your choice with corresponding knitting needle size, scissors, and a tapestry needle. We're casting on an odd number of stitches. So the number of stitches will determine the width of your piece that lays flat. For my swatch here, I am casting on 27 stitches. So let's knit it up flat on straight needles. Row 1 is the right side of our work, and we are knitting all of the stitches. It does not get any easier than this. So we just knit all of our stitches all the way down the row on row 1. Again, this is a 4-row repeat, so this is going to go very quickly for us. Row 2, while knitting the wrong side of our work, is where those slip stitches start. So we begin by knitting 1 stitch, K1, and then between the asterisks, those little stars, we slip 1 purlwise with the yarn in back. So we have our yarn in the back. It's already in the back because we just knit. This is very simple, but we're slipping 1 purlwise as if we are purling. And then we knit 1 and just continue alternating this pattern of slipping 1 stitch purlwise with the yarn in the back and knitting 1. We don't need to bring the yarn forward or backward because it remains in the back throughout all the way down the row. And on row 3, exactly like row 1, we are knitting all the way down the row. Finishing up this pattern on row 4, we begin by slipping 1 stitch purlwise with the yarn in the back. So make sure that your needle is in the front of the yarn while you slip that first stitch purlwise with the yarn in the back. And then we repeat the pattern K1, slip 1 purlwise with yarn in back. So you just knit 1 stitch and slip 1 stitch purlwise with the yarn in the back, alternating this pattern all the way down the row. And you'll repeat rows 1, 2, 3, and 4 until your piece is the length you desire. I do want to show you that when you begin row 1 again, that yarn will have a different placement than it typically does. So our working yarn, we want to make sure that we bring our needle into that first stitch, and then we're wrapping the yarn around and knitting all stitches and just carrying on. If you decide to add color changes to this pattern, it's really simple. Just do so before either row 1 or row 3. So before you knit all the way down the row, that's the best time to change your yarn color so that it just has a seamless look. I also had a lot of fun playing around with knitting in the round and dreaming up some project ideas. So if you have any thoughts on what knitting pattern you would like to see in the Stamen Stitch, either flat or in the round, please leave those in the comments below. The knitting instructions for knitting in the round are slightly different than knitting flat. So you can get your printable pattern over on my website at Studio Knit anytime. Just hop on over there, and the pattern instructions are available to you for both flat and in the round. I've already created this really pretty cowl for myself that I knit in the round. I hope you're inspired to knit up the Stamen Stitch. Here is another knit stitch pattern that I think you'll love. So hop on over there next, and I'll see you there.